The Texans seem to have dodged a bullet for Saturday night. So they will have a controversial refereeing crew. They're going to have Bill Vinovich's crew, which infamously called no pass interference on, I think it was Nickel Roby-Coleman in the Saints-Rams NFC Championship game all those years ago, which led to a lot of whining from Saints fans and claims that the NFL is biased against the Saints in the wake of Bountygate, etc. They hate us because they ain't us, said many Saints fans out there. And okay, the Saints should have won that game going away. Jared Goff was peeing his pants in the first quarter. He couldn't hear anything. And Drew Brees threw an interception in overtime. No one wants to talk about that because everyone thinks Drew Brees is a lot better than he actually was. But hey, that crew will be on Texans Colts Saturday night. But the other Saturday game is going to feature the referee crew who butchered the end of Lions Cowboys. Brad Allen and his crew will get Steelers and Ravens, which is the early Saturday game. I believe the kickoff for that game is 4:15. I'm very happy about that, especially considering the spin that the NFL has been putting out about that call. So I didn't see this statement that they had made on Monday. Nice day to put a news dump out there. New Year's Day, where everyone's hungover and focused on college football. The one day where no one's thinking about the NFL at all. The NFL, through the national media, said through Mike Florio, quote, "The league views the situation as an effort by the Lions to engage in deception and gamesmanship that backfired when the Lions sent 3 offensive linemen to official Brad Allen before running a 2-point conversion that ended in a pass to Taylor Decker." The NFL also defended Allen by saying that he wasn't in the pregame meeting when Campbell explained this exact procedure to the officials who would be on the Lions sideline. As Campbell said, that's the norm. The 2 officials present for the meeting took the play to Allen, who talked it through with Campbell on the field prior to the game. Campbell made sure to spell out the details and said he even showed the officials the design of the play on a piece of paper, just as it's presented to the players. When it came time to call it with the game on the line, he trusted that Allen would get it right. The NFL is putting that out, saying that, Allen should have been in this meeting. Well, here's a thought. Maybe he shows up for the meeting. What the hell is he doing before a game? What does a referee do before the start of a game? Nothing. They just stand around.
He was outside smoking a cigarette.
If he's ripping darts, that's the only rational excuse, Sean, that I can even think of.
Or he can always play the diarrhea card. He can always be like, sorry.
Yeah, go Lamar Jackson. Yeah. But they're saying that Campbell should have met with him. He met with the other 2 officials.
Yeah.
They clearly talked with him, and I'm sure that Campbell at some point talked to this official as well.
Yeah, because there's still the pregame, 30 minutes before the game, where guys are out there stretching, the coaches are walking around, shaking hands, doing all that. So, hey, how's the golf game? Blah blah blah. And at some point, Brad Allen would have been out there on the field before the game with Dan Campbell.
Yes, 100%. At some point, it had to have happened. And if he told those referees, he did tell Brad Allen by proxy. And on top of that, wait a second. Again from Mike Florio. Quote, "The league views the situation as an effort by the Lions to engage in deception and gamesmanship. That backfired." It backfired because of the ref. And also, that's the whole effing league. Are you kidding me, league? Wow, they were trying to engage in deception and gamesmanship. That's the whole effing game.
That's the whole point of having a offensive lineman report as a tight end, report as eligible, is to deceive the other team.
No deception and gamesmanship, Sean. It's not allowed. And look, we saw the league crack down on throwing to offensive linemen after the Ravens bitched and moaned about this happening to them in a Patriots-Ravens playoff game. I think it was Nate Solder who lined up, and he was technically eligible, and he had reported it as eligible, and the Ravens got very upset after the game, and the league changed the rule. So the league is weirdly against deception and gamesmanship, which is so dumb. If you read the rule book and do a little extra work and find a way to deceive or use gamesmanship, how is that any different than a zone blitz, disguising a blitz, or something like that? This is beyond stupid by the NFL. And I knew they were going to stick up for their dumbass ref who clearly pooped his pants on Saturday night. But this is a lame excuse. They shouldn't have said the first one. They were engaging in deception and gamesmanship. Yeah, again, it's a game. So, I don't know. Maybe engage in gamesmanship. Jesus. I'm so glad they didn't get these guys for Saturday night. What if the Texans had these refs? I feel like
vibes would have been low.
Vibes would have been very low.
Vibes would have been low. I do think that by saying that they're engaging in vibes, in what was it, deception and gamesmanship, that the NFL could just be saying that they're too good at gamesmanship and deception, because not only did they fool the Cowboys, they also fooled Brad Allen. They also,
clearly,
by running up 60% of their offensive line to not report as eligible and only have one of them report as eligible, do the little shell game with the offensive lineman. Like, again, maybe it's getting a little too cute, but it is also like the referee should just do his job. Like,
yes, exactly.
It's not exactly super difficult to keep up with if you're doing your job.
Right. Dr. Dre on 290 is bringing up a bunch of other things. I don't know if Dr. Dre on 290 is a Cowboys fan or something like that.
I think he is.
It does feel like that. No one's crying about the Cowboys winning. I don't care that the Cowboys won. I just care that the refs effed up and that they lied after the fact.
Roles could have been reversed and it would have been just as bad.
If the refs had fallen on the sword, I would feel like pretty good about this. But they didn't, and then the NFL's defending them. And I mean, my God, they screwed this up. It's okay. We make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. The refereeing is a hard job. That's why we've backed the Blue in the past. But they clearly effed up here, and they're trying to spin it like the Lions did something wrong. They did not do anything wrong in this spot. They got totally hosed on this one call. I get it. There's lots of other calls over the course of the game. I'm just focusing on this one. Enough with your whataboutisms. We're just focusing on this because they clearly screwed it up, and then their defense afterwards continues to be awful.
I will say that is all true, that their defense is terrible, but they really, like, I can't think of a time where the league or the referees through the league have been like, yep, just blew it. Like, they never go like, yeah, had a bad day at the office, screwed that one up. Like, the only one I remember is the baseball one with the perfect game, like way back in the day.
Yes.
That before they had replay. And
Colorado with the Rockies, I think.
Yes. Or no, was it a Detroit game? Maybe it was the Rockies versus Detroit.
Might have been Rockies Tigers, whatever the case.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
Where the umpire, the first base ump, was like, yeah, I blew that.
I took that after the game.
I took that moment from him and really not just fell on the sword, but like committed seppuku with the sword.
But guess what? People actually had sympathy for him when he did that.
Yeah. And I struggle to think of like whether it be another baseball umpire, whether it be any of the Rockets playoff games where Daryl Morey was typing up dossiers about the referees, or in a big-time NFL game. I just can't remember any time where there hasn't been, like, excuse-making or, some arcane rule being, dusted off to be like, aha, see, this is why. Like, you mentioned the Nikhil Roby-Coleman Saints-Rams game from 2018.
2018, yeah.
I don't remember the ref being like, "Yep, blew it.
No.
Sorry."
They changed the rule after the year was done, but was an admission.
I'm sure in the pool report he was like, "Oh, we thought the initial the contact was kind of bang bang or whatever," or like they just came up with something.
Right.
They always come up as they never apologize.
But this time he was so clearly wrong in the pool report, and then the league is doing this, and to me, come on, you effed it up. it's ultimately not going to have that big of an impact, right? Like, okay, maybe when it comes to playoff seeding, the Cowboys are going to be the 2 seed, the Lions are going to be the 3 seed or something like that. Okay, that's really the only impact it's going to have. Both these teams made the playoffs. Neither team is screwed over by it. And I have no issue with the Cowboys winning that game. I don't. To Dr. Dre's points, yes, the Lions had other opportunities to win that game. And also, it was kind of crazy to keep going for it for 2 after that happened. But at the same time, if you're going to put out this BS about how you believe in the integrity of the league and are suspending players for gambling on parlays, and you have to be somewhat consistent here, or else you're going to look hypocritical. And I think the league is. Good news, Texans don't have to deal with this crew Saturday night. Hopefully Bill Vinovich, though, doesn't go old school and pull out his suck at Saints fans card that he brought out in 2018.